Hi, my name is Julie. The art of communication is a learned skill. A person doesn't engage in good, productive conversations without taking time to develop the skills necessary to achieve this. This video will let you know my ultimate goal in life as it pertains to communication and how I plan to achieve it. There will be obstacles along the way, but I will overcome them and become a better listener and speaker. The OAR. The overarching goal for my life is to be the person others come to because I listen to them and ask them questions to make them think. These types of conversations help people solve their own problems. I believe that effective communication is lacking in the world today. Many situations that are minor turn into major problems because people simply do not know how to communicate so their point is heard correctly and that they hear the other person's view as well. There's a phrase used in communication. It's called enlarging the conversation. This means that in communication, a person needs to identify a need and pair it with resources that will help open up the conversation for both people to move forward and grow. The conversation doesn't grow if both people are simply talking back and forth. Ideas must be exchanged and opinions shared to enlarge the conversation. I tend to lean toward being correct in conversations. I also like quality, for things to be right, and for people to follow the rules, both in conversations and in life. I like clearly defined goals and tasks, and want them to be accurate as well. I find that I can use my knowledge and expertise in a positive way in conversation by gently imparting the information. However, sometimes my words come across as talking down to the person. Thomas and McDonough suggest making sure that I'm mindful of my own language when I speak. In my quest for better communication, a few barriers will probably come up. Biased listening occurs when a person forms an opinion about what he thinks will be said. A person needs to listen fully to the other person and not form premature opinions about the information shared. I must seek to completely hear someone out before I rush to judgments. I will stop myself from talking for a minute and pause to think before I speak. I will also ask the person for clarification to make sure I heard him right. Another possible barrier might be that I would hear what I want to hear and not what the other person is actually saying. Perhaps if I only hear what I want, I may feel that it benefits me. However, it is much more important to hear the meaning of the words from the person. Again, asking for clarification is important. Pollution of conversations usually begins in the mind. We form distorted opinions about people based on what we think we hear them say or see them do. These distractions prevent us from engaging in real conversations. External distractions such as loud rooms, phone calls, or trying to multitask can also hinder us from really hearing the other person. I will work to minimize the external distractions by moving our conversation to a quieter area and focusing on one thing at a time. I will encounter resistance when I try to guide a conversation. People who are not used to engaging in intelligent, thought-provoking dialogue may take longer to come around. In order for me to be a sounding board for people to solve their problems, I must use every conversation I have and try the techniques I've learned to open up the lines and enlarge the conversation. One such technique suggested by Stone is to mentally have 3 separate conversations assessing the different possible outcomes. Some conversations will end well and some will just end. However, with practice on both ends, we will eventually grow as mature people and hopefully engage many others in the same types of conversations.